When you play finger work on the piano, scales, anything that has a lot of individual notes, do you have trouble with accuracy? Do you have trouble with your fingers getting tight and they're not responding? Do you have trouble controlling any kind of dynamics that you want to put in? And does it cause pain up through your wrist, your elbow, and on? Well, this is where, believe it or not, it's not here. It's actually here where the problem may lie. In this video, we're going to expand upon what we learned for the floating arm and the nice, relaxed floating wrist, soft, spongy, flexible wrist from the first video. Only how do we use it? Because we obviously don't want to play fingers like this. So how do we use it when we're playing individual notes? So in this demonstration, I'm going to play something with just literally locked up fingers really tight, and yeah, we'll start with that. So as you can see, that my fingers didn't always even move. They were so tight that they didn't actually even move up and down. I had no finger independence. Now only how did we do that? Obviously playing fast, you don't really see a whole lot of the movement. It's how you begin the piece and how you practice it that leads into being able to have more control when you play finger work. And we're just going to start with a little 5-finger to demonstrate. So we start with our wrist up, we drop down into the keys, we play each note, and then we roll up, down, roll up. You're going to get tension in piano. You're going to get your fingers, they're going to create tension. It has to be because of what we're doing. What we need is that release, just like that punching from the last one where you punch but then you release. You can do that over and over, where if you punch and hold, eventually your arm's going to go, nope, no more. So if you just stay down and you hold and you lock up, eventually your fingers and your wrist and everything's going to go, no more. And we've got to protect all those tiny little ligaments and the little muscles in our hands and all this. So we're using our big muscles to release our hand. Down, up, down. Now, how do we put that then into pieces such as what I just played? It's when you start the beginning practice. And no, you can't play like that up to speed. I mean, you'd feel like you were doing this. But what you do as your speed increases, your motion gets smaller. But the large muscles that are letting go, that are releasing, they have such great memory that you've built in this release point. They know what they're supposed to do in that split second of time, and they will release. Another demonstration is Bach's prelude, his first prelude for his first C major prelude in his Well-Tempered Clavier. We all know it. Well, it's 3 pages long of playing broken chords, and again, if you lock up, you're not going to get really far till you begin to start feeling it in arms, and you'll start, by the time you get to the second page, you're going to have trouble opening your hand and reaching those other chords. So this is a better way of doing it. Watch. If we do this, just the right hand, and we go down, a little bit of a circle back, up, and Bach gave us the release time by giving us that 8th rest. And the left hand. So together, slowly. then and in keeping your hand loose, your large muscles, the muscle memory, will be accurate and be able to play without so many mistakes, without losing your accuracy. When we start our hand in one way, loose, and then as we play, we get tight, our hand shrinks, our body shrinks, everything shrinks. So what was once a sixth may now be a fifth and a half. You know, we may not be able to play accurately because our hand size has actually changed because of the tension. So in releasing that, you're able to keep that natural hand position that you started with, and your accuracy becomes much better. So you can start with scales, but just put the release at the end. You can do any pieces that you're doing finger work in, just find places, rests, into phrases, any place that you can just let go as you're practicing it slow, and then as you're going faster, the release becomes smaller. And it's less noticeable, but it's still there. The sound is still there. So we've learned the floating arm, we've learned how to make our wrists flexible and loose, and we've learned how to incorporate it into finger work. So next week we're going to learn how to another step in releasing, so that as we get into the bigger chords and we have all of that momentum into the keys, it takes a little bit more of a release than just the up and down. So that will be in the next video. So subscribe so you don't miss it, and we'll see you then. Thanks. Bye.